crochet these adorable little pandas. They are so quick to work up and they're completely no-sew, meaning you don't have to do any sewing at all except for a bit of embroidery if you'd like to, or if you'd like to attach the key rings on them. It is a very quick and easy project, as you can see, and let's jump into it. For the materials, you need some super bulky weight yarn. I'm using a very velvety and plush yarn here. This is Honey Bunny by Hobby. With that, I'm using a 5mm crochet hook and a pair of scissors, a yarn needle for embroidering details and for adding things like the keychain. So you can get a key ring if you would like to, but that's optional. You'll also need some fiber fill stuffing and some plastic safety eyes for your doll. The ones I have here are 6mm eyes. I think 6, 7, or 8mm eyes would go really well with this project. Let's go ahead and get started. To begin, you're going to start with round 1. For round 1, you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. And in that second chain from your hook, you're going to insert 8 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now moving on to round 2. In round 2, you're just going to increase all the way around. So in that first stitch, I'm going to increase by putting 2 single crochets in the same stitch and repeating that all the way around for a total of 16 stitches. So here's working my second increase, my third increase, fourth, and we want to go all the way around. After you go all the way around for round 2, you're going to start on round 3. For round 3, you can go ahead and add a stitch marker if you'd like to keep track of your rounds. But basically, for rounds 3 to round 5, you're just going to single crochet around. No increasing, no decreasing, just going by putting a single crochet into each stitch around. And we'll meet back at the end of round 5. Over here, I have round 5 complete. As you can see, I have more of a round shape now. And you can go ahead and attach the plastic safety eyes at this point. I'm putting my eyes between rounds 4 and rounds 5. And if you, if you want to do it like this one here, I put in 6mm eyes, which are quite small, and I put them 3 stitches apart. Here, I have them as 8mm eyes, and they are 4 stitches apart. So you can decide how you would like your panda's face to look. You can either put the eyes closer together or farther apart, whatever you like. And when you're satisfied with the placement, you can go ahead and attach the backings onto the eyes. You know, the more I look at it, I think the more I want the eyes closer together. All right, so let me try this out. And if you are needing some help getting those backings into your eyes, I recommend using these Craft Easy tools for getting those backings in. I'll link it in the description box below, but I find it really quick and easy to just help secure the eyes on my amigurumi. After you finish putting the eyes in, it's time to work on round 6. For round 6, all you're going to do is decrease all the way around. So we're going to decrease by putting 1 single crochet over 2 stitches. You're going to end up with 6 stitches here. So here's my second decrease. Here's my third decrease. Fourth decrease. Fifth decrease and the sixth decrease. Oh, I'm so sorry. I said 6 decreases. It's supposed to be 8 decreases. My bad. Miscounted here. Okay. All right. 8 decreases will bring you all the way around to the end of the round. And there we have it. You should have a plush little head for your doll now. And we can go ahead and work on the next round, round number 7. In round 7, you're going to grab your secondary color yarn. I'm using gray for my panda here. And you are going to attach yarn and basically single crochet and increase all the way around, but work in the front loops only. So I'm only going to go into the, here, let me show you. Here are both loops, like you would normally go into, but the front loop is the loop that's up in front and closer to you. So work only in those front loops. All right, so going into just the front loop, I am going to single crochet and increase in that next stitch. Let's do that all the way around, single crochet, and then increase. Single crochet, and increase. And last repetition, single crochet and increase. All right, and after this round, round number 7, you are going to work in regular loops again. You don't have to worry about working just in those front loops. And I'm going to actually go around and single crochet one more round in gray. You can opt to do, if you want a shorter gray area, you can do just round 7 in gray and do round 8 in white. But I'm gonna try it with one more round of gray here. So round 7, you're just going to single crochet around normally. That's putting 1 single crochet in each stitch. And for your stitch count, you should end up with 12 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 at the very end. And after you do this round, you're going to do round 8. Excuse me, that was round 8. You're going to do round 9 with the same instructions. You're just single crocheting around, and I'm switching color for round number 9. So I'm going back to using white here, and I'm just going to single crochet around without increasing or decreasing. Alright, and for that very last round, you're just going to decrease around. That's round number 10. Before you do that, it would be a good idea to kind of stuff your doll's head and body. So I like to get some stuffing and push it in with the back of a larger crochet hook. And I'm just gonna go ahead and snip the gray yarn off because I no longer need that. The last round is just going to be in white. So let's go ahead and push all that stuffing in there. All right, so I'm gonna now do round number 10, decreasing all the way around. And you should end up with 6 stitches this time because you're going from 12 and decreasing to 6. So here's my second decrease, my third decrease, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And after that, you can go ahead and fasten off with a long yarn tail. And this long yarn tail is going to be used for sewing the hole shut, and I also use it for sewing the keyring onto the head later. Now that you've got the head and the body done, it's time to add the ears and the arms and the legs to the body. So let's go ahead and start with the ears. You're going to put your hook under a stitch in round 2. Here's round 1 and here's round 2. So I'm just gonna push my hook over here under a stitch, and you'll want to be on the side where you would like your ear to be placed. For the ear, you're just gonna attach the gray yarn first, like so. Have a bit of a yarn tail because you're gonna pull that in later. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and go through all 3 loops. Then you're gonna fasten off with a bit of a tail, and that tail is going to be pulled right into that same stitch in round 2. We're gonna hide it in the body. So let's pull that in. And as you can see, that makes a cute little ear on your doll's head. Let's go ahead and pull that starting yarn tail in as well. We don't want that hanging out. All right. And look at that, little ear complete. Let's go ahead and repeat those instructions on the other side for the second ear. And remember, you're still going under a stitch in round 2. Pull through your yarn, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop, yarn over, go through all 3 loops. Fasten off, and we're going to pull these yarn tails into the head. And I've got some excess fluff going on here. Sorry about that. All right. And for the arms and the legs, it's pretty simple. For the arms, you're going to insert your hook into a stitch in round 7. So counting down from the top, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is that first color change, so where you have that gray. I'm just going to insert my hook in here. And if it's hard to go from bottom up, you can also start from the other direction, from top down. All right. And for the arms and legs, they're actually done the same way, just in different parts of, different rounds of the body. For the arms, they're done in round 7, and for the legs, they're in that last round, round 10. So you're going to pull yarn through, make a chain to start. yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop. And we're going to repeat that a total of 2 times. So that was the first repetition. And we're going to do it one more time. So yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, yarn over, pull through a loop, and you should have 5 loops on your hook now. Yarn over, go through all 5 loops, and chain. That chain will secure that larger puff, and just fasten off with a longer yarn tail to pull into your panda's body. And you'll want to pull that starting yarn tail in as well. When you're all done, you should have this cute puffy little arm that is bigger than the ears. So let's go ahead and repeat that on the other side. And let me make sure I have it around here. Okay. All right, start with a chain here. Yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, go back into the same stitch. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, go through all 5 loops. Chain, and then fasten off with a bit of a tail. That is going to get pulled in along with the starting yarn tail. And you now have 2 little puffy arms. All right, once you finish that, it's time to go ahead and do the tail. Oh, not tail, sorry. What am I saying? The legs. The legs are just in round 10, and you're going to, again, do the same instructions that you did for the arms. So here I'm going into the last stitch of the body, which is round 10. And let's go ahead and repeat those instructions for the arms. Your panda is going to be stuffed with a lot of yarn tails, as you can see. So they work as a nice stuffing though. You don't have to use as much fiber fill. All right. So there was my first leg. I'm going to do my second leg on the other side. All right, let's go ahead and attach that second leg. And we're going to weave in those ends. And this last part is just going to involve stuffing your panda's body to make sure it's nice and firm and well stuffed before you close up the opening at the bottom. Let me go ahead and stuff just a little bit more. When you're all done with that, you can go ahead and grab your yarn needle and thread that through. Oops. And I like to just close up my amigurumi's openings by going into the front loops only. And I'm putting a running stitch through, so going in one front loop and going out the other front loop. In one and out one. And when I finish going all the way around, I'm going to pull that yarn tightly, and you can see it cinch up into this nice closed hole. All right, and now I'm going to insert my hook, my needle into that opening and out the other opening, because I'm going to add the key rings. All right. Here's my cute little panda's body so far. Let's go ahead and grab a key ring. All right, here's my key ring, and this part's quite simple. Once you have the yarn going from the bottom to the top, you can just string it through that bottom ring. And I'm gonna go back into that same place I came out of, the same stitch I came out of. And I'm going all the way back to the bottom. This will make it pretty secure. You want to make sure your ring doesn't hide too far into the body though. All right, and I'm going to repeat this a few times, going out the same spot so that I can make sure my ring is very securely in or securely sewn on. And then I can start going out other places in my panda's body, like the head. And I'll kind of weave in the ends from here. So I'm going to just snip off that end. And you can see now that your little panda is all done with a keyring attached if you decided to do that. And I love how chubby his little body turned out. If you'd like to, you can even add a smile or a little nose and mouth on your panda's face. If not, you can leave it like this as well. It's plenty cute. Let me grab those fluffs away, sorry. And here is what the first panda I made looked like with a little nose and a mouth. I just did a simple X for that. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this project. Thanks for tuning in and happy crocheting. Bye now.